Hello guys, Michael the X here. Today I'm going to be talking about what if I were a Pokemon champion and what team I would use. Now, here's the things I would want to point out. For starters, I'm not allowed to use any legendary Pokemon. So that means Lugia, Ho-Oh, Giratina, Dialga, and many other Pokemon are taken out of here. Second, I'm only allowed to use one Mega. So I don't remember if I put on my list a Mega since I wrote it last night, stressing about to make the team even. So yeah, and the third rule is I'm not allowed to use any current Elite Four members, but I am but for the trainers that I could use as Elite Four members, I could use gym leaders and rivals. All right, so let's get started on this list. Alright, so for my first Elite Four member, which by the way I forgot to mention the theme will be a volcano, but not like, it's not going to be Team Magma theme, but it is going to be themed around a volcano, very similar to Team Manga, who want Groudon as a Pokemon that they could control, which is the ruler of ground, but my place is just based around a volcano and it's fire. But the reason why I decided to choose Hugh over any other fire type gym leader, I know he's not a gym leader, but he's a rival. The reason why I decided to choose Hugh over any other rival or gym leader is because I do think he would actually fit here. Because I know he's not, and well, I know a lot of people don't like him, but I still wanted him here. The typing that I think would fit best for him would be the dark typing. And the reason why I believe this is because, well, Purlion, his, the Pokemon that he was trying to find, was a dark type. So I decided to use a dark type team. His team will consist of an Umbreon, a Bisharp, yeah, I'm trying to look at the list to try to find Hugh's Pokemon. Where's those dark types? Did I really not finish the list for him? Okay, apparently I did not finish Hugh's part, and I did not finish. I only have 2 Pokemon for every single slot except for mine. So guys, I'll go ahead and think of some Pokemon for the list. I'm using a separate phone, by the way. I cannot see very well on it, but I know for a fact that I only have 2 Pokemon for every single Elite Four member and all that. But the teams will consist of 4 Pokemon. And yeah, he'll have an Umbreon, a Bisharp, and then a Crocodile. And then the last Pokemon that I believe he would have would be a Leopard. I know his team doesn't seem that good because he has 2 base dark types, 1 really good dark type, which is in Crocodile, and the rest of his team just seems bad. But the reason why I wanted this team to be his is because of his backstory. But I do think that this would not be his final team. I might do an updated video of this and then update his team. Alright. So for the second person to be here is Brock. The reason why I decided to choose Brock over any of the Kanto gym leaders, which originally I was going to put Blue here, but then I thought You know what? Since Blue was champion before, he should not count for this. So, that's why Brock got here. I wanted Brock to be a part of this list. And, I wanted some type of cancel representation. Now, for Brock's team, this one will consist of 4 Pokemon again, but he does have a Mega Evolution. Please do keep that in mind. I do believe he will have a Gigalith. Oh, and also, by the way, I forgot to mention, I wanted to have Brock be a dual rock ground type trainer because even though his gym leader approach is just rock types, he does inside the anime own some ground types, a fire type, and Vulpix. And some of his Pokemon are not even, rock or ground, which is the second closest thing, the second rock type in my opinion. Even though ground type I use a lot more. Anyways, after Gigalith, I would put Lycanroc, a midday form, and then I would put. Oh, sorry for bourbon. I would put Palisand here, and then for his ace is gonna be a Mega Steelix. Now, the reason why I decided to choose these Pokemon or these Pokemon on his team, I don't know what I was going with there, is that Brock would more likely use these Pokemon if he was both a ground and a rock type gym. And I did decide to use the low of the anime here, since I'm using the anime model. So yeah. And then next on this list is, hold on, I'm trying to, Hau. I decided to use Hau because he was actually my second favorite rival from a lot of the Pokemon games, right behind Blue, which says something. Now, I know he's a friendly rival, but the reason why I liked him so much is because, unlike so many other rivals, he actually had character development. Seriously, props to this guy. So, for his team, I decided to not have a Mega, but this team will have more diversity than the last two, because we'll have Pokemon that are not from the same typing, but and can cover each other. Which I will not explain their movesets for any of the Pokemon at all, even my own, because I wanted you guys to think of them. So, for his team, since he's only allowed to bring 4 Pokemon, here's what I did. Now, I know some of these Pokemon he never used, and it would not make sense to use them, but I decided to bring them into this because some people some people that he knows uses them. And I was saying that since, and then since he needed some strong teams to become an Elite Four member, that's what I decided to use. Some Pokemon don't belong to him some of these Pokemon do belong to him, such as 2 of them, but most of them don't. They are his Pokemon, but he got inspiration to use them due to other trainers. Alright, so I would say, for his first Pokemon, I wanted to use his Raichu from the Ultra Sun and Moon games. Now, this Pokemon is a monster. It it killed me in Nuzlocke before. And now I won't be doing any Nuzlocke things, I just do it for fun. I'm not really competitive on it. Unless if I get 1,000 likes, then I'll do one on Fire Red and Leaf Green since I don't have a 3DS recorder. And not only that, my 3DS is broken. So I cannot even play my Pokemon games. Anyways, so the reason why I decided to choose Raichu, like I said, is because it's a monster, and not only that, it actually would make sense. Plus, I decided to use the anime right here, but again, and also one of his other Pokemon will be here. But due to Raichu, it's had both the anime and the games is powerful, I do believe he would keep it. Alright, so for his second Pokemon, I do believe he would use a Beware. Now, the reason why I do believe he would be using a Beware, Lucimi inspired him to use one, is because, one, it's an all-out powerhouse. Two, it is actually really goddamn good. And how lost to a Beware before? Inside of the comics or mangas, whichever one you guys want it to be. But then the protagonist easily defeated it. But I do believe he would use one and train up to be stronger than that, and one that he lost to. Alright, so now for his other two Pokemon. Now, I know we don't see this happen in the games, but I do believe this would happen. I do believe that Gladion will give, did give how a type knows well, to which he would, which would live how to, which would let Hal have Ovali, and I decided to give Silvally the fire typing. The reason why the fire typing instead of the fairy typing, which was going to be my first choice, is because I do believe it would be a better fit if it was a fire type, because then it would cover for the next Pokemon. But whenever Hal's in a bad situation, if this is a available features of the next Pokemon games, he would be able to switch between all the memory cases. Only in game though, not during online battles. Okay, so now the last Pokemon that you'll have inspired by the anime will be the Decidueye. Now, his entire team is supposed to represent Alola, as you guys could tell. And I decided to give him Decidueye so he could have his starter. I know inside the anime he has, not inside the games, we don't know his official starter from the games. But I wanted to give him this because, well, his Decidueye, not Decidueye, I don't remember, well, anyways, his starter inside the game was so competitive to where it wanted to fight so many times, yet Hal was too weak to. But as soon as Hal started getting stronger and stronger, it grew to respect him even more. And Hal was pretty damn tough towards the end of the game. Now let's have as Ultra Necrozma, which won't be inside my team by the way because it's a legendary. Thank goodness for every single newbie. And yeah, it would just make chronological sense if it wasn't my team. So That's how, right there. Now on to the next person. Alright, we have another Pokemon Sun and Moon character. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, but Michael, why would you have Lily? Now, let me explain. I actually do believe Lily would be a great fit for this, as a fairy type person. Now, I actually did want to have Lily be the first or the last one. I could not decide. But then I decided, since Hugh was one of the original 10 that I chose, I have a list of 10 people that I chose. A lot of them did not come in because of certain reasons that I might go into more depth inside of another video why they did not make it. The only person I will not include is Blue because he was both rival and a champion. Anyways, Lily, she barely made it, even when I really want her inside it. I know this is another Sun and Moon character, but let me explain. We need a fairy type person in this. Because I do not have a fairy type in my team at all. Because normally I do not like fairy types. So the Pokemon is have her team will consist of Klefki, Clefable, a Beautyfly, and a Mega Gardevoir. Now, I don't think she will have Mega Evolution inside of the canon games, but I do believe if she were to get a Ralt, freak. I can't speak anymore. I do believe that she would be able to become great friends with it to Mega Evolve it. So, inside this timeline, I do believe that would happen. Alright, so for my team. Hold on, let me. Alright, so for my team, I'm not using this as my OC for the entire thing, but Charizard might be my child mascot. Who knows? For at least the Pokemon part. But Charizard is on the team and is going to be a Mega. He's going to be Mega Y, even though I prefer X. The reason why I chose Y is because I do have a Dragon type on my team. And then that would just give me another weakness to Fairy types. So, I chose the Fire type. Oh, I chose the not Dragon type counterpart instead. And then, my second Pokemon on this team is a Lucario. Now, Lucario, it's pretty damn tough. This was originally going to be the Mega choice. But then, I decided, why not have Charizard and be it? Since, well, it would power up some of my other Pokemon who use either fire or fire type moves or Solar Beam, or would I just have a really hard hitter? So I decided to go Charizard for both the support and the hitting. Alright, then the third Pokemon on my team is Tyrantrum. Tyrantrum is always going to be my top 10 favorite Pokemon list. Unless, well, of course, somehow I forgot to put it on it. But the reason why I love it so much is because it's such a cool fossil Pokemon. Seriously. As a pre-evolution Tyrant, I would not mind having one as a pet. Alright, so now here is the fourth member on the team, which is going to be, believe it or not, I know we have already a overpowered team, but I want to make it even more overpowered and add Metagross. Yeah, I add a Metagross to my team. And it's not any normal Metagross. Oh, no, no, no. This is the mystery gift Metagross that you get from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Is Metagross. So, yeah, it's a shiny. So, after that, if you somehow beat my Metagross, then the next Pokemon that you'll have to face is well, this is going to be quite a shock to some people. But Wishy-Washy inside of its schooling form is on this list. Even when I don't like Wishy-Washy that much, I do believe it would be an excellent candidate for whenever the drought goes out for Mega Charizard XY, for it to dish out some water moves for any Pokemon that are weak to water, such as Rock, Ground, and Fire. So yeah. And then the last Pokemon on this list is yet another Crocodile. I know how, I know Hugh has one, but I actually did want a Crocodile on my team as well. Plus, we need a ground dark type, so Crocodile just fits those two slots. So, that's going to be my entire team. I hope you guys enjoyed this video.